Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. And I hope everybody's happy. If you're not happy, guys, like I always say, please, please, please do something about it. You gotta do something about it and get yourself to a point whereby you're happy. I mean, today I'm not in the best of moods, but I'm gonna do something about it definitely. By the end of this video, I'll be feeling great. Um, yeah, well, welcome to the channel, guys. I hope you enjoy it here, and if you do enjoy it here, please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, share. Okay, I don't usually say this. Okay, please remember to subscribe, like, and share with your peers. I think the most important thing that I'm doing with this channel is creating content that is meaningful, and that helps us become people who are able to partake in this life thing in a better way. Yeah, so I've been reading this book, Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and there's a passage that I came across, right? And I want to read it, and then I'll tell you a story that happened yesterday that told me that yes, this is the video that I had to do next. So let's just start by reading the passage, and then we'll definitely get back to what happened yesterday. So she was talking, and then she gives a little bit of story. She says, last week while I was trying to enjoy my manicure, I watched in horror as the two women across me talked on their phones the entire time they were getting their nails done. The employed head nods, eyebrow raises, and finger pointing to instruct the manicurist on things like nail length and polish choices. I really couldn't believe it. I've had my nails done by the same two women for 10 years. I know their names, they are real Vietnamese names, their children's names, and many of their stories. They know my name, my children's names, and many of my stories. When I finally made a comment about the women on their cell phones, they both quickly averted their eyes. Finally, in a whisper, the manicurist said, "They don't know. Most of us don't think of us as people." On the way home, I stopped at Barnes & Noble to pick up a magazine. The woman ahead of me in line bought 2 books, applied for a new reader card, and asked to get 1 book gift wrap without getting off her cell phone. She plowed through the entire exchange without making eye contact or directly speaking to the young woman working at the counter. She never acknowledged the presence of the human being across her. After leaving Barnes & Noble, I went to a drive-through fast food restaurant to get a Diet Dr. Pepper. Right as I pulled up to the window, my cell phone rang. I wasn't quite sure, but I thought it might be Charlie's school calling, so I answered it. It wasn't the school, it was someone calling to confirm an appointment. I got off the phone as quickly as I could. In the short time it took me to say, "Yes, I'll be at my appointment," the woman in the window and I had finished our soda for money transaction. I apologized to her the second I got off the phone. I said, "I'm sorry." The phone rang right when I was pulling up and I thought it was my son's school. I must have surprised her because she got huge tears in her eyes and said, "Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how humiliating it is sometimes. They don't even see us." I don't know how it feels for her, but I do know how it feels to be an invisible member of the service industry. It can suck. I worked my way through undergrad and some of graduate school by waiting tables and bartending. I worked in a very nice restaurant that was close to campus and a hot spot for wealthy college kids and their parents. Parents who were visiting for the weekend and treating their kids and their kids' friends to dinner. I was in my late 20s and praying to finish my bachelor's degree before I hit 30. When the customers were kind and respectful, it was okay, but one waiter as object moment could tear me apart. Unfortunately, I now see those moments happening all the time. I see adults who don't even look at their waiters when they speak to them. I see parents who let their young children talk down to store clerks. I see people rage and scream at receptionists, but then treat bosses, doctors, bankers with the utmost respect. And I see the insidious nature of race, class, and privilege playing out in one of the most historically damaging ways possible: the server-served relationship. Everyone wants to know why customer service has gone to hell in a handbasket. I want to know why the customer behavior has gone to hell in a handbasket. When we treat people as objects, we dehumanize them. We do something really terrible to their souls and to our own. Martin Buber, an Australian-born philosopher, wrote about the difference between an I-it relationship and an I-you relationship. An I-it relationship is basically what we create when we are in a transaction with people whom we treat like objects, people who are simply there to serve us or complete a task. I-you relationships are characterized by human connection and empathy. Baba wrote, when two people relate to each other authentically and humanly, God is the electricity that surges between them. After spending a decade studying belonging, authenticity, and shame, I can say for certain that we are hardwired for connection, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I'm not suggesting that we engage in a deep, meaningful relationship with the man who works at the cleaners or the woman who works at the drive-thru, but I'm suggesting that we stop dehumanizing people and start looking them in the eye when we speak to them. If we don't have the energy or time to do that, we should stay at home. I don't need to explain that. I think everybody gets the context. So yesterday I go to the petrol station. Maybe it was a day after I read this and I was like, okay, my next video I'm going to be reading this chapter. And then I went to a petrol station down the road, a garage down the road. And I put the waffle and then he asked me, okay, what I need. I tell him for it 95 yabukana. And then he asks me for matairi oily. I'm like, no, I ashabu kupon chekele tires fail. And then he comes by my window and then he starts talking, right? He starts telling me stories and I don't know why. He starts telling me that people are so disrespectful and people don't see them like humans, you know? And he starts telling me all these encounters of, it was exactly after I read this chapter and I was like, I've seen that treatment. And I know how wrong that treatment is. And when he was telling me the story, even I was scared. I was like, yo, this guy is gonna get fired. Because I said like my car switched off, talking to this guy for like 30 minutes. I'm usually a very nice, I try to be really nice to these people because I think I've never been a bartender, I've never been a receptionist, but I think I put myself in people's shoes and understand. Firstly, what I got from this chapter is what I always speak to people around me about is that respect is not about what you have accomplished in life. You shouldn't be respected because of what you have accomplished. You shouldn't be respected because you are a boss. You shouldn't be respected of the things that you have attained. You should be respected because you're human. And if that's the case, then each and every person under the sun should be respected, unless if they give you a reason to disrespect them, because people give us reasons all the time. People can be a jerk, you know, like the people that we were reading about right now. Like, yes, it's not wrong, but sometimes you have to draw the line and be like, no, please don't talk to me like that. But respect should not be something, I don't think respect should be earned. I think respect should be given because it's a human need for each and every person. Like, when you say respect should be earned, are you saying I must be an executive producer before you respect me? Or if I'm just a security guard, go gating and guarding after cars, I don't deserve respect because I perceive you as beneath me? Like, I have a problem with that. And okay, let's say for example, I work in the film and television industry and we have different people who do different roles. You have a security guard, you have an executive producer, director, an actor, and whatever. And you get sometimes that people treat other people a certain way because of the position that they hold, right? I do not suffer from that. Like, I genuinely don't suffer from something like that. Even if I'm the executive producer of my own production, if a guy who's a security guard or a security guard asks me to go make tea for them, I will, and I will not feel like that's disrespect because there's an elderly person and they asking me to make coffee for them and they are there for a reason. If they weren't, guys, like I don't know, this frustrates me. A person is there for a reason. If this person was not there, who was going to guard your car and make sure that your car is not stolen? If cars are coming to be stolen at a certain place, the first person on the line is the security guard. And that person's life could potentially be taken because he's taking care of your car. So that person is just as important as a person who pays you, like the executive producer or an actor. Like, I don't see how you get, let's say, Nakafit and then I'm the third AD. And then I respect actors, but I do not respect the cleaning lady. What is that all about? I do not understand how people want to classify who to respect and who not to respect. And I think material things that we attain that no, okay, once I become this, then people are going to respect me. That is the first point of humanity going down. Because There is no reason for a person to not be respected because you see them as beneath you. The petrol attendant guy, if he wasn't there, who was going to pour petrol for you? Like, if you feel like he deserves to be disrespected, to be like, when you just carry on talking to your friends and signaling Korea 500, 400, like, that's dehumanizing another human being. Like, if it was you, like, imagine having a boss who treats you like that just because you are their subordinate. How would it feel for you? And I believe that each and every one of us know how it feels for somebody to make us feel inferior to them. I know that but I believe that somewhere, somehow, you have experienced something like that, where you feel like this person is treating me like this because they hold a higher position, or they think they are better than me. And you know that feeling. Why would you go and put another person through that? Like, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with understanding why respecting another human being has to come from how you perceive them. Also, why do you perceive them that way instead of perceiving them as human? And if you are human, we are all human. I don't care what you have accomplished. I don't care. Like, I do not care. Each and every human being under the sun deserves respect. If she wasn't there and do the whole day, who was going to do it for you? What makes you think you should disrespect the waitress and talk to her anyhow? Like, get it like what? Like, how do you think that's okay? Like, how do you think that's okay? How do you think, yes, this is the way to go because I've made it, I'm paying here? There's a person who prepared the food for you back there at the kitchen. If that person wasn't there, what exactly were you going to eat? Like, why would you go to a restaurant just because you're paying, feel like you are superior to another person, and yes, you can talk to them anyhow? Also, the very same person who does that, what makes you think it's okay to respect your boss? What is it about them? What's different from Mokolomaka and Lim boss? Because sometimes they're even the same age. What makes you think the one deserves respect, the one deserves disrespect? What makes you think it's okay for you to treat people differently? Guys, there are people older than me who have accomplished a lot in life, and it does not make them special. They are older than me. They've been around on this earth for years, more than I've been here. And I can't respect them because they've accomplished a lot. No, you have accomplished a lot because you have more experience and you've been here longer than me. The only reason that would make me respect you is because you are human. Not because of what you have. I don't care what Maserati. I don't care. Guys, I do not I always try to wrap my head around, and it's especially when people say, okay, let's say for example Oprah Winfrey is coming, right? You have to act a certain way. And my thing is, why? When my mom enters the room, I don't act like that, so why should I act like that for Oprah Winfrey? But when you don't say, yes, no cleaner more feature. So why? What makes you think Oprah Winfrey and that woman are different? We can admire what Oprah Winfrey has accomplished, but also we have to admire the contribution that this other woman is saying. Not all of us are going to be celebrities. Not all of us are going to be CEOs. Some of us are going to clean the toilets. And I deserve respect. You would be getting infections if I was not cleaning those toilets. You would get sick if my hand was not going into the toilet and cleaning the toilet. I deserve respect as well. That's my thing. You shouldn't look at people because of what they accomplished. Yes, admire that, but it shouldn't be a measure of whether to respect the person or not. That's where Brene Brown is saying, if you genuinely don't want to do that, guys, stay at home. Imagine this lady, guys, I'll tell you what. They don't see us as people. They don't see us. They don't think of us as people. Because you genuinely don't. Because if you thought about the person that you're disrespecting as a human being, you would know how much it would hurt them. You would know how much your actions would hurt them. So you generally don't think of them as human beings. And I'm struggling. And that's my thing. When are we going to get to a point as a community or as a society or as people where we understand that the most fundamental thing about feelings, about emotions, about what we do is firstly looking at a person as human. Once you see this person as a human, not as litlakala or as anything else besides human, you will understand that this person deserves the same things that you think you deserve. If you think your boss should speak to you in a respectful manner, please remember when you treat other people that those people feel the same way. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people, how I feel about the places like restaurants, like petrol stations and stuff like that, just because you're driving a car, because that's what the guy said to me yesterday. He was like, yeah, you get here and then maybe you're driving a certain car and then you start disrespecting me. And then tomorrow when we meet at the mall, I'm no longer wearing my clothes and then you want to talk to me nice. Because you judge people based on what they do or what you see. Or you disrespect them because of that, or you feel like, yeah, oh, no, this is the one that I will take this. Like, guys, if you understand how something feels, I don't know why you would go ahead and instill it on or make another person feel that, knowing very well how much it feels, especially unwarranted. Most of the time, waitresses are genuinely nice. Most of the time, and I'm not saying these people are innocent. I'm not saying they're never disrespectful. But what I'm saying is, we are worse, the people outside of these other roles, because we always feel like, yeah, no gas and make it spanner. But I go shopong, but don't get somebody TV. I will say, how get it first? Ubiz. And I'm like, but why? Why is that? And also, why are we teaching people to perceive certain people? Why are we teaching our children to perceive Barack Obama differently from how we perceive our uncle? Like, what is it about him? He's the president, yeah, sure. That's his path. What if uncle does not want to be president? Also, there's only one president in a country. So all these other people then must not be respected because of that. The very same way you treat Barack Obama is the very same way you should treat Uncle Oezandi Kabuko Kone. Why? Because both of them are human beings. Not about what they have accomplished, not about where you think you are in life, none of that. You should respect people because of what they are. And what they are is a human being just like you. Put everything aside. Put thinking about people differently and put humanity first. Once you put humanity first, you will just see how a lot of people will actually feel better about life, because they'll feel like, yeah, like my guys, I can be an intern on a set, but I will respect every person the same way. If I'm disrespectful, I will be disrespectful to every person. If I'm respectful, I will be respectful to every person. And I know that I deserve the same level of respect. Whether I am below, I am the last number. Only because I'm human. If we lead our teams from a humanity level, you will understand, even as a boss, that there's a great idea from an intern, or there's a great idea that Ntatolo wako unity might give you. Or Ntatolo wa Kefa, he might give you an idea that would change your life, even you as a director. Like, you must never look at people and say, oh, okay, Skylar, because they're doing this, because that's not true. Some of us don't have the same opportunities to accomplish the things that we wanted to accomplish. There are a lot of people who had the potential of being presidents, but they were from very difficult backgrounds and they were not exposed to what we are exposed to. So you can't perceive that person and think you are better than them. No, you're not. You just had better circumstances. But also, you must respect, guys. In closing, like I don't. This topic really riles me up. It really riles me up because I do not want kids who are celebrity. You must worship the celebrity. But when they get to the house, they disrespect their mother. But you are busy there worshiping someone, right? Even when they refuse to take a photo with you, you cry. But you come home and you disrespect your mother. What makes you think that's okay? It's because we put people on pedestals, human beings on pedestals, and make everybody believe that, okay, this certain type of people deserve more respect and this ones don't. But how? Don't you understand that everyone is human? Don't you understand that every single person, even the ones that you respect, they are here to work? Actors are here to work. Executive producers are here to work. A cleaning lady is here to work. The security guys, all of us here are here to work. That's a team. Yes, there's hierarchy, there's whatever, but hierarchy does not say this person should be, this is the level of respect that we should give this person. Hierarchy says at the end of the day, there are positions that need to be held. Yes, it's you today who's holding that position, but it does not make you better than anyone else. It does not make you worthy of more respect than other people. Respect has to be equal to everyone unless a person gives you a reason to disrespect them. Otherwise, you should leave your house. Brene, if you do not have the energy to be respectful and to treat people like human beings, stay home. Don't go out. Stay home. Like, it will create a better society because you will stay home with your moods and your unkindness and your disrespect. It will make the world a better place because in that flight attendant, what petrol attendant will not feel disrespected that day? So why don't you just stay home until you don't feel like being a human? You don't feel like treating other people as human beings. Guys, let's do better. Honestly, let's do better. Let's treat people better. Treat people the same. Treat a person the same way you'd want to be treated. It does not say treat who's that guy? Elon Musk better than Patrick or Berkan go Shoprite. It says treat people the way you would want them to treat you. And it goes to everyone. Don't look up at anyone. Don't look down on anyone. Look at people as human beings. Like, don't say, yeah, I look up to whoever. So that also means there's one that you look down at. And why? What gives you the reason to look down at anybody? Don't look up. Don't look down. Look at people. Look at people the way they are. A human is a human is a human is a human. It doesn't matter what they have accomplished. And respect people because they are humans. It shouldn't. Let's say, guys, you grow up with a disability. You are born with a disability and you are never ever able to work ever in your life. So that person does not deserve respect because they haven't accomplished anything. They've been sitting in a wheelchair like all their lives. All their life. So what you're telling me is that this person, because cargo building a relay, they do not deserve the respect because they haven't accomplished the things that you perceive worthy of respect. Let's do better. Let's do better. Yeah, this is a very emotional topic for me. Even when I talk to my friends or my family, I usually get emotional over the respect thing, and over other people treating other people a certain way, but treating this one a certain way, because I never understand why that's okay. And when I read this chapter, this is a very beautiful book, guys. When I read this chapter, I was like, oh, I'm not alone and I'm not crazy in thinking, don't teach me to respect this person. Don't teach me that. I will respect them because they're human. And also, if you tell, don't tell me that this is the certain type of person that you should respect. No. Don't teach me to, respect should not be taught. It should, because, it makes sense in my head. What I'm trying to say is, you shouldn't teach me who to respect. Because fundamentally, I should be respecting everybody, regardless of what they have and how you perceive them or how I perceive them. Don't look up, don't look down, just look. Nje, eye level, and everybody. Everybody deserves respect. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you think of them. It doesn't matter how people have make them to look. It genuinely does not matter. Every single human being deserves respect. Before I go on, because I've been saying the same thing, and I can only hope that somebody, somewhere, when they leave their house and they go to the shops, they get there and they grin with a smile and say, hey, like I also get plastiki, yes, ke kopa plastiki. Half is ako pagaya di long pero morale, thank you, and then leave. I'm not saying you must go around smiling with everyone if you don't want to smile, but respect. Get go flight attendant thing. You are on a call. Say to your person, hey, can I get back to you? And talk to this guy while he's busy pouring petrol because he's not around. You can continue with your call. When he comes back at speed point, they say, okay, I'll get back to you. Talk to the guy because that person is there to serve you. Let us be of service to one another, and let us appreciate the service that other people give us. Let us appreciate the service. So yeah, guys, yeah, this was training. But I hope you got something out of this, and if you did, please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. Slowly but surely, we're growing. Slowly but surely, and patience. I think patience is rich, something like that. But yeah, I am very, 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 very happy to be doing this. Like, I'm enjoying this, guys. Hey, and I'm enjoying reading books. Like, I started this book maybe a week ago, and I'm already like, this is what I'm left with. This is where I am. This part is what I'm left. Like, I'm enjoying this book. It's such a beautiful book. Daring greatly. How the courage to be vulnerable transforms the way we live, love, lead, and parent. And I know, I mean, we'll talk about that some other times, about vulnerability and how we're always running away from vulnerability, but it's genuinely such a great book. So you can get yourself a copy and read it, and there's a lot of lessons that you can get from this. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you will join me in the journey of trying to create a better world. We're not gonna win now, but I think it's important to have the conversation. Just do something to make the world a better place. Just start a conversation. Just have a conversation with a friend. It goes a long way. So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this. Thank you.